Well, October is the best, and part of that is because we had the chance to talk to Mac, who comes from the Great Pumpkin Patch in Arthur, Illinois. You can find him online at the200acres.com. Mac, I want to ask you a question that this is not designed to bring you competition in any way, but let's say, hey, I want to have a pumpkin patch in my large yard.
Yes.
Is that possible? What would a person do if they wanted to do that?
Yeah, have a lot of fun and a lot of headaches, and be ready to get down and dirty, literally. So, it's fun. Pumpkins and kids, and pumpkins and humans. And when I say pumpkins, I mean cucurbits. Cucurbits are the fancy name for pumpkin squash and gourds. Watermelons, cucumbers, even the loofah sponge that you use in your shower. That's a cucurbit.
Oh
that
my
grows
gosh.
in a viney little plant. So, it's a underutilized, underappreciated vegetable, in my opinion. And if you want to start growing it, I think you ought to, because it's a very fun plant. The tip I would do is, a lot of people think you need a lot of room. But I like to go vertical. These are viney plants. Some will be 20, 30, 40-foot vines. So maybe you have a chain link fence that you can plant at the base and let it kind of creep up and crawl, vertically or horizontally, as opposed to taking a big carpet of your yard or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, like TV towers, old trees. They
Really?
love going up like a tree. And so that's kind of fun and odd. And I'm all about fun and odd. And so, anything that kind of makes your neighbor be like, what are they doing?
I
think
actually
is
do
worth
have a
doing.
neighbor with a patch in their front yard.
Really?
And it's just like
That's
right
cool.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it
bring
makes
the-
me wonder every
Bring
time.
the
when
party
it's
to the
me.
front.
Yeah.
It's a conversation piece, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Fun and odd. He just keeps coming back to the morning show. Now we know why. I'm going to get into the nitty gritty here for a minute with business. So the average person or family that comes and visits the Great Pumpkin Patch, what do they end up leaving with on average when they might want to buy something, in terms of what you sell most or what most people tend to buy?
Okay. You would think it'd be an orange pumpkin, and to some degree that's correct. And I think we have an unbelievable selection of that. However, and I do think we can take a lot of credit for this, there's a lot of squash that goes out the door. And I think that's really cool, because we take a lot of time to educate our the public, even way beyond our farm. We've developed some really cool kind of videos online, and you could see them. It's our variety to table. So where you can actually see what to do with these things, because a lot of people want to cook with squash or want to go back to cooking with squash. That's, of course, what they were here to be done with. So we have these little icons ready for roasting and perfect for pies and small but mighty. And so as you work through the cucurbit market, you can see these icons. You can go back to the videos, back to the colors, and then kind of know what you want to do with it. But we sell a lot of stuff for decoration, but a lot of people come for, specific varieties that they want to cook with, and explore with. And we call the spaghetti squash the gateway squash, right? It's going to get you in the door, your foot in the door, because it is somewhat comfortable. It's smaller. People know what spaghetti is as far as the texture, and then it's super easy to do. So, we have people that come back and they say, well, you recommended this last year. We did it. We loved it. What's next? So it does take kind of multiple trips over multiple maybe years to get people really, really into it, and where they can really take advantage of our diversity. But, we've always had our diversity. It's something that I hang my hat on as far as us producing all these fun things from all over the world, literally all over the world. And we grow nearly 300 varieties today. And so, and then, like I said, to be able to have people make that experience out to go pick their own pumpkin, that has become less and less, I guess, available, if you would.
Yeah.
In our patches, not pristine. It's pretty darn clean though out there, and it's the real thing. Like, that's where I planted those pumpkins.
Wow.
I moved the giant pumpkins up front. You would have seen it when you went on the wagon ride around, and you see those giant, whales out there. And then you go into the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, and then beyond that, we get all the diversity. So it's really cool when I see a wagon come in from the back. You were talking about what they leave with. I think they leave with experiences. I think they leave with a ton of content for the social media. I know that sounds silly, but they seriously do.
That's true.
I think they leave with maybe a new appreciation for agriculture, for farming, for legit producers out there. And those all make me, warm inside. It makes me proud of being a pumpkin farmer. This is our 35th year. We started when I was 12.
Wow.
We have 6 generations of people on the farm. We've got this next band of cousins that have been coming in from college and helping us out. And so my parents still live on the farm. It's a real family ordeal, and we love when other families can take advantage of it.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I want to ask you to let you preach here for just a minute, because I know you alluded to it a little bit earlier, but when it came to, you said that maybe we don't take advantage of the idea of the land and the harvest as much as we'd like, and also bringing our belief in God, who we know created the heavens and the earth, and also your education, which you have a degree in. What is it again?
Agribusiness horticulture.
Yeah. So bringing all that together, what is in your heart when it comes to all these topics?
Connection to the land is a big deal. And when I was at Illinois State University, I know this was a while ago, but they said less than 2% of the U.S. population had a direct connection to the land. So 2 out of 100 people even knew kind of where to go, or, that they had, look back, we went to Uncle Jim's farm in the 2 weeks of summer or whatever, or grandma had a farm or grandpa had a farm. So back in the turn of the century, back the other century, there was over 90% of the U.S. population. Now it's less than 2%.
Think of that.
Wow.
So there's just this removal of people from the farm.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's naturally happened, and there's reasons for it and whatever. However, I don't think it's not connected to people's contentment or happiness or, anxiety or not anxiety or whatever. There's something to be said for being outdoors. There's something to be said for being on the grass as opposed to the asphalt, on the dirt as opposed to concrete, whatever it is. And I think it's amazing to see the older clientele and the younger clientele come together and have that opportunity that's not filled with playgrounds, bouncy things, games, and it's just the farm. It's just outdoors, and that's intentional. Like we could do all sorts of other things. And I think it's funny when people say, you know what you should do, and we always go back to our family meetings and we say, we do what we do because that's what we want, right? That's what we want people to experience. And it's different, and it's not what everyone wants, and it's not necessarily catered to, every sector or whatever. But when you come out there, you have choices. When you come out there, you have free reign to explore the farm. And that's what we want people to do. And like I say, it's void of kind of the commercialism and the billboards and the come and do this and do this and it's your own pace.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what Arthur has a lot to do with. I think the Central Illinois has a lot to do with that. And it's hard to describe it. I don't think I'm doing a great job of it, but there is something magical in that. And we will continue to hang our hat on providing that opportunity over and over again, because I think it's really important for people. And even if it's just one time a year where they get to go out and kind of feel the seasonality of the world and kind of get a glimpse of what's out there. And it's out there all the time. It's out there every day. I go out there every day. I know what it's like, right?
Yeah.
But other people get it maybe one time a year. That's better than 0 times a year, right? So we really want people to, that's why I use the word take advantage of, in the best sense of the word. Come out there and experience it. I'm telling you, it's going to create a memory and stir up some things that maybe are worth paying a little more attention to, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
100%. That's all I got. Do you have anything further, Court?
I just want to say it was an incredible experience when I went. And I like what you're saying about the fact that there aren't like big flashy things drawing you to this or that or whatever, but it's all just there, and you just look around, you're like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. And you can, go at your own pace. There's not even like a specific path you have to follow. You just go where you want and do what you want to do. And I love that. Yeah. It was a great time.
Yeah. If there was a mic drop sort of thing, I think we'd start saying Tetsikabudo drop, right?
Yes.
This is going to live in the digital histories of this morning show for a while. And we like that. So, Mac, thank you for coming in again and for all these delightful and colorful gifts that do represent well on social media. And God bless the rest of your season.
Well, thank you so much. And I'd be remiss to not bring up the importance of you guys and your work. And, I listen to you a lot, and I know a lot of our employees and a lot of people down in the Arthur area are connected to this station, and you just do wonderful work. And we don't take that for granted. So appreciate all the fun you have and the oddities and the invite to us, because it's all about connections. It's all about experiences, and being able to kind of pass people off from good things to good things, I think will create, a lot of turnover. I don't know if you noticed when you came into the farm too, we spelled out "be kind" on our bleachers. That we were a lot about repurposing too. So I found those bleachers at an auction, and I'm always kind of rethinking, like, what can we do with this? And I want to go higher. But there's intentionality with that "be kind." I think that would go a long way for, people in general. So, but you guys do that every single day, and we're proud that you're in this area and appreciate what you do.
Wow.
Thank you so much.